Welcome to Through the Lane podcast with the co-host Lane.
And Carmine.
Different setup this week. We tried the studio ourselves without my teacher's help and failed miserably. So we
It was
didn't.
his fault.
Yeah, it's the whole
He
thing.
didn't pay attention in
I
class.
did. It was over.
Didn't pay
We
attention
had a
in
month
class.
in thing. So yeah. So we're in here for today.
Yeah.
Carmine also did the topics for the week.
So they're gonna be better, you know.
That might be. So starting off, Rajon Rondo retirement and Hall of Fame odds.
So he's officially retired, even though he didn't play. I don't think he played last year. No, the last time he played was 21-22. Personally, I think he's a fringe Hall of Famer. I think there's a very good chance he does make the Hall of Fame. No, not first ballot, but I think he can make the
I
Hall
think
of Fame.
very end of his career, or very end of his thing.
What?
Okay, so looking at this, he's a three-time All-Star,
Four-time All-Star, three-time assist champ, steals champ, two-time NBA champ, all
I don't
NBA,
know.
all rookie, all defense. The only reason I say this is because you have to consider where he's played most of his career. He played in Boston, so he was fourth fiddle, not even third.
But his career high in points was 13.7. Let's look at his efficiency. Okay, he was pretty efficient. He shot. Man is terrible from three.
Okay, but think about when he played, though.
Yeah, he shot 24%. His career average is 32.
I think he can be a Hall of Famer. I don't think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but I feel like there's a lot.
He's at least very good.
No, he's Hall of Fame. I think just for the winning he's done, the amount. I think if you look at his actual, like you look at the tape, you see. I think the stats don't pop out. I think he's the guy. He's an eye test guy.
I think he's a dog, but I mean,
bro,
you took him off. So when he did not play for an LA team, he was terrible.
What do you mean? Wait, at the end of his career?
Okay, when he did play for the Lakers a bit, he was terrible. So I mean, really, he was.
I think he's a Hall of Famer personally, but that's just me. I think when you have a 15-year NBA career.
Remember when they first signed LeBron and Rajon Rondo, and this was like big
in the Lakers?
Yeah, and we were like, "Oh my goodness!" And then really, Rondo just never really manifested. He played for the. Oh, I remember the year he played for the Pelicans was the year they had Boogie Cousins, AD.
Yeah, but you gotta think about this, right? Like you got the Boston years of his career. Granted, look, those accolades don't pop out at you. That's only in his years at Boston, though. You gotta think like how little time he did that. In 6 to 7 years, he got all of these accolades.
Chris Finch was a part of that roster or part of the coaching staff. Looking at the year he was with the Pelicans,
and he was also 8th in MVP that year.
Yeah, they had Drew Holiday. Whoa, okay. So this team, looking at it back now, you had Rajon Rondo.
Yeah.
You had Drew Holiday. Yep. Each one more. Nikola Mirotic, DeMarcus Cousins, Anthony Davis, and you go 48 and 34.
That's kind of crazy.
You go 38 and 40. Okay, and then let's look at Tony Allen. They had Jordan Crawford. Never mind.
You call Jamal Crawford?
Yeah, I saw that for a second. And I was like, Solomon Hill. Solomon Hill did not have a good year. They had no bench. It looked like it was the starting core, and they had no bench.
I think Rajon Rondo. First off, I know he has some attitude issues, but I think like coaching wise, this guy's got a great coaching career ahead of him.
Well, he just got in trouble. So
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I think he has a coaching career ahead of him. I think he's just got. You look at his mind for basketball. I think he's got a basketball mind.
Good point. On to the next. This is more of a Carmine thing. Jalen Brunson's 10th 40-point game of the year.
Jalen Brunson, man, he's a dog. That guy.
If it really isn't for him, the Knicks are terrible.
Okay, here's what I hate. Right, I saw his clip. It's an older one, but this woman was sitting there on ESPN saying, "You can't have a smaller. You need a dude, and Jalen Brunson can't be that because he's small." Dude, he's averaging 28.
What are you saying about Steph Curry then?
And she's like, "Well, he's in his own realm, dude." Jalen Brunson.
Now, Jalen Brunson's never going to be as good as Steph Curry.
No, but he's not the same player, too. They don't do the same thing.
No, but he will never have the same impact. But I think he does for what is needed.
Okay. Impact, no, but I think like as far as a starting point guard in today's league, he's all you can really ask for.
I mean, you look at this team; they traded away one? So they traded two double-digit scorers away.
Yeah,
and they got back one. Two OG. But they can't stay healthy. Julius Randle's out. And honestly, if you want to talk about it in an ideal world, it's Jalen Brunson your number one guy.
No. Yeah.
I think he's your number two.
No, I think he can be a number one.
I think if you put hypothetically a Victor Wembanyama type of big and then Jalen Brunson.
Well, we're going to talk about Victor Wembanyama with another point guard later, but
Yeah, I don't.
I don't.
And then in the ideal world, I would not want him to be because of he takes a beating, he'll wear down in the season, and I think ultimately his size, because he's not the sniper that Steph Curry is that lets him
Okay,
get away.
but this guy, he's not going to win it, but he's an MVP candidate. He's not going to win it, but he's top 5.
He's gonna be like it, not career because
No.
it had terrible hips and it caught up to him.
No, but I think Jalen Brunson. I mean, I don't see why he can't lead a team. Look what he's done with this team. This team's the 3rd seed.
Also, this team is full of guys that just don't know how to score, and it's just full of
Okay,
outside of
no,
Dante.
but this team is the 3rd seed, and this guy
Hold the
can
phone.
what?
The minutes per game are just obnoxious. 35 minutes.
That's pretty normal for a lot of teams.
I'll be honest. But that's Mitchell Robinson's played 21 games. That's surprising.
Yeah, he just came back.
But on to the next.
Okay, so we got to talk about this. Drew Holiday,
He just signed a big deal
about 20 minutes ago, it was announced.
while we were trying to figure out what we were going to do.
Drew Holiday agrees to a 4-year, $135 million extension that'll take him into his age 37 season.
I think this deal is done.
I think this deal is stupid.
Oh, I don't like it either, but I think it's because they have a core that they know they can win with, and you've got to lock it up.
You can't.
Because if you're going to let him go, who's going to be your starting point guard? Peyton Pritchard?
Okay. He's like Charles Barkley. He can't pronounce names.
No, Charles Barkley's famous and pretty funny. So.
Okay, no. Here's the problem. You give this guy $135 million. I'm not upset with the extension, like extending him. I'm upset with the length and the cost. I think you should have signed him to maybe a 2-year deal. Maybe.
Dude, he's gonna be making around 40 million. Okay,
And
this is salary cap. Let's be honest, salary cap in basketball does not exist because the Boston Celtics have blown this out of the water.
I mean, think about it. You have Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, who's the highest paid player in basketball. You have
Kristaps
Porzingis,
Al Horford,
Al
who always
Horford.
makes a decent bit of money.
Drew Holiday. You got 6 guys there making good money.
And then you have
2 that are going to be
Pritchard's contract.
Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard.
Team payroll. Okay. So you looking at this?
Does that say $320 million? That's Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown. Yeah, he got paid. He got his bag. He's gonna be making 65 mil at this.
Jaylen Brown's very overpaid. Let's be honest.
Just stupid.
Very overpaid.
The fact that Luke Cornett is making 2.4 mil is just is terrible. But yeah, and then the salary cap,
$183 million in payroll.
So you're looking at it, and Kristaps is getting 36. So this doesn't take into account Drew Holiday's extension.
I think this team is very okay. If I'm being blunt, I think the deal's stupid, and I don't think the Celtics are going to win a championship genuinely because I don't.
They don't have a closer.
No, I don't think Jason Tatum is a championship caliber player. I think Jason Tatum's become severely overrated. He's done nothing.
He's not a closer.
No, but he's done nothing in his career.
Close.
He's made All-Star games. He's gotten
fourth quarter hits, and it's a close big game.
That's what
he just sucks.
He's made All-Star games. He's gotten to the finals. He's done nothing else though.
It's just I don't. I don't like it. What?
I mean, career-wise, he'll end up like Gilbert Arenas probably.
I know, because Gilbert,
like all the talent in the world, but no execution.
Golly,
but Gilbert was different because he had injuries and he.
Jaylen Brown this year is making 31.8. Next year he makes 49.7. He makes darn near 50 mil a year next year. Imagine making 50 mil a year and you being the number 2 best player on your team.
Imagine not being able to go to your left and make you that much.
It's because he's a solid defender. He's only 27. Jason Tatum's only 26.
No, bro, he's 19 still.
Largest guarantee. So the salary cap, they're at 50 mil over the salary cap. That's just I know the Warriors are over and they're really just paying for the past.
Yeah.
But you look at that and it's like insane.
Yeah. So let's move on.
Man, you're yawning like
I know.
No, tomorrow.
I'm tired, dude, because it's late. It's late. As it's almost 8:00. It's late. But anyways,
the MVP ladder.
I believe this is incorrect. I think Luka should win MVP. They've clinched the 5 seed. I think he's playing better basketball, and I think the Mavericks look like they have a chance to make it deep in the playoffs. They're not a better team than the Nuggets. I'm not saying that.
About to say, don't you dare. Watch your words. Watch your words.
But I think they have a chance to go pretty deep in the playoffs. So I think overall, I think Luka's
The
the MVP.
Mavericks are the Knicks' buddy because they make trades back and forth. The Dennis Smith, the Chris Stapps, the all kinds of them. Dude, you gotta stop. But no, I think
Luka,
Jokic is the MVP. Jokic
No.
is about to be one of the all-time leaders in triple doubles.
I don't think I'm not sitting here saying like Jokic is overrated.
Jokic had a
isn't.
complete. He had a perfect percentage shooting wise game, and he had 20 plus points.
Okay, but what I'm saying is I think Luka deserves to win MVP. I do.
I think his time's coming, but I don't think it's this year.
I think it could be this year.
No.
Not to mention, so
SGA, I think it's a 3-man battle.
I don't think Jason Tatum should be ranked 5 in the MVP ladder. That's just me. I think
he struggles in fourth quarters.
I don't think Anthony Davis should be 8. I don't think Kawhi Leonard should be 10. Giannis being 4 is fair, and Shea being 3 is fair. But
it's a 3-man race because
Exactly.
let's be honest, the Bucks have been disappointing. So Anthony Edwards,
okay,
I think Anthony Edwards should be 4.
I think Jalen Brunson deserves it more than Devin Booker. That's just me. Besides the Knicks,
Brunson
bias,
being 5.
Brunson should be 5, not under. Brunson's ranked 11 right now. He should not be
Yeah.
11. He should be top 5.
And Anthony Edwards be 4.
Yeah.
I think Jokic with what he can do.
Giannis should be 4.
That's how disappointing that team is. I like Jokic being. The offense runs through him. He's an absolute unit, and he's a solid defensive player. I mean, he controls the game himself.
Yeah, this could be.
Luka cannot control the game himself.
Luke, that's the dumbest thing you've ever said. Luka can control the game himself.
He goes on a hot streak offensively.
Look what Luka did against the Suns in 2022.
Okay.
Look what he did. You're sitting here saying that the guy hasn't had help for a full year until this year.
Yeah.
But look, no. Look what Jokic just had. Granted, Jokic, obviously, he's going to go down as one of the best big men we've ever seen.
I think he's going to be top 10 all time.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But what I'm saying is this, right? Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Mr. No Pass himself.
And PJ?
Yeah. And then you have a lot of supporting cast around him. What has Luka had?
Chris Stapps?
Chris Stapps can't stay healthy.
Tim Hardaway?
Tim Hardaway can't stay healthy. Tim Hardaway's
Dwight
overpaid.
Powell?
Dwight Powell's trash.
Tyson Chandler?
Tyson Chandler was 95 years old.
He has Kyrie.
He just got Kyrie this year.
He had Dirk his rookie year.
Dirk was 9 million years old and halfway in the grade.
But
So I know
still,
what you're saying. Still, that's what I'm saying. None of those guys are on the level of what
you're telling me. The
Jokic
overall
has.
impact that
I think
Doncic
Luka.
has.
I think Luka has more of an impact when it comes to his team winning basketball than Jokic does. And when I say that is this: I think first off, if neither of them are on the team, both teams suck.
Let's look. How many games has Nikola Jokic played? Because I think Nikola Jokic has also played darn near the whole year.
Now, am I saying he doesn't?
He's played 75 games.
Okay, first, you're acting like I'm saying he doesn't he's not worth winning the MVP. I'm not saying that. I think this is Luka's time, though. I think Luka's earned it. I think. Look, we're talking about also defense and stuff. I mean, how much defense does your point guard really need to play if he's averaging 34, 9, and 10?
A little bit, so you don't get boat race. How many videos have you seen on your TikTok feed of him just literally sidestepping out of the way of dudes saying, "Here's the lane. I don't feel like playing defense."
Okay, but how many reels? How many reels have you seen of Luka dominating everybody he plays offensively?
Exactly, but how many times does he let guys in the lane? They boat race teams. Jokic plays defense. Jokic also had that game where he shot 12 for 12.
Okay, you keep bringing up 12 for 12. We're talking about one game.
Still.
I think it's also hard to decide who's MVP now because there's so much. The league's never been this competitive when it comes to awards like this.
I think last year's awards were pretty competitive.
I don't think Embiid should have won it last year.
I think you're seeing what you saw with Luka now is he eventually got it. It was making the case that it's soon going to be his time. I think Luka's got another year or two before he gets it.
I think he can win it this year, but let's move on because we have a lot. This is a lot to cover this week. So we have
Defensive Player of the Year.
The leading for this is Rudy Gobert.
That should be Victor Wembanyama, hands down.
As much as I don't like the idea of rookies winning awards like that, the guy's insane.
Look at his stats.
Isn't he averaging 4 blocks a game or something crazy like that?
Yeah, I think so. And every time I look at his box score, he has 3 steals, 7 blocks. Makes look.
7 blocks, 7
blocks.
The
past 2 games, he's had 7 blocks.
What's he averaging?
And then he had 9. Okay, so that's insane. The man's 20. So
he just turned 22.
Yeah, just turned 20. He's averaging 3.6 blocks a game. He leads the league in blocks. He also has a 1.2 steals a game.
Okay, so just to save some time, He's gonna win Rookie of the Year too, so we're not gonna talk about that. I have that written down, but who
Yeah,
else
let's
is?
let's be honest. Yeah, he's averaging 21.3 points a game,
Yeah.
3.6 blocks, 1.2 steals, 3.8 assists, 10.6 rebounds. He's shooting 80% from the free throw line. He's shooting 32% from three, which is big for a center. He's shooting
For somebody
46.
his size too.
Yeah, 46% from the field, which is big from a guy that just doesn't sit up under the basket.
Well, I mean, I think that will go up as his career goes on.
Also,
too.
he doesn't play 30 minutes a game.
The only reason that he'll have trouble winning awards in the future too is just his team success. That's the only point.
Also, this has been a god awful team.
Oh, this team does
And
not
to
have
be
20 wins without
put
him.
up these points and these stats and this efficiency.
Also, the team hates him. Like his teammates despise him with a burning passion.
They just need to get point guard, and I think a good wing.
Okay, so we're not going to talk about Rookie of the Year then because we know who it is.
Yeah, if he doesn't win it, so when
Chet
shared
should not be in it because he's not a rookie.
when shared,
Yeah.
he's 3 point. He has 3.3 win shares, which is like wins he's accountable for, and I
Yeah.
think they have like 17 wins. So I mean, darn near he's got a quarter of their wins that he's accountable for. It's just I think we're looking at one probably he may go down as one if he stays on this trajectory and keeps getting better. I think he has the potential to be the best player in basketball history because of his two-way impact.
I don't know about that. Personally. I think it's too early.
Dude can
It's
shoot.
way, Landon,
well,
it's
yeah, but I
way,
think I said
way
potential.
too early.
He has the potential.
I don't know. I'm not
So-
trying to get into that because that's a whole discussion on its own. But let's talk about the Sixth Man of the Year. So Naz Reid is in it, but he's been starting games recently. So
Norman Powell. I knew. I forgot about so it's Norman Powell and Naz Reid. I don't like Malik Monk.
I think Malik Monk has the better chances because
the Kings are trash.
But Norman Powell is a good case too. And Bobby Portis, I feel like, is always in the Sixth Man of the Year race because he's a very good big man.
Look, the Bucks are disappointing. The Kings are trash. If you want to go team success, and if you really want to talk about the stretch run that Naz Reid has had, he's averaging 18.6 points a game, darn near a double-double on very efficient stats since Cat's gone down.
I mean, I think Naz Reid also should just be starting in the NBA at this point.
Yeah, if you don't have Rudy Gobert
he's their
or
starter.
Cat,
I feel like even though Rudy Gobert has had a resurgence defensively this year, I feel like the Timberwolves obviously still regret that trade simply because you didn't wait to see what happened with Naz Reid because nobody expected it. But Naz Reid has turned into a very solid contributor.
I think he's a very good sixth man. He's a big that can give you solid defense, but he gives you a lot of energy.
I think he's a very solid starter.
I think so, but I think to maximize his potential, you remember Montrezl Harrell?
Yeah.
I think he is a better defensive version of Montrezl Harrell. Because Montrezl Harrell, we can all admit, never played defense, and that's why he never.
He's better offensively too, though. He's averaging 18.
But you look at him now, and you're like, he provides that energy boost off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong coming off the bench, but off the bench, he's still going to get 28, 26 minutes a game.
Oh yeah, I think he is the sixth man of the year. Or who else? Norman Powell, Malik Monk. The Kings are just bad. They are bad.
You gotta give him credit. He's playing very well.
Yeah, but I mean, shucks, dude.
Yeah,
that's the Timberwolves are like in the fight for the number one seed, and then the Clippers are also one of the better teams in the league. So I think you look at that, and I think that they correlate better. You talk about team success and award winning. I think team success and award winning plays a factor in this. On to the next. If the NBA adds a team in either Vegas or Seattle, the Timberwolves could be moving to the East.
Yeah, so it's either the Timberwolves, the Pelicans, or the.
You talking about teams just leaving their town?
No, so they'll be moving to the Eastern Conference.
I think the Pelicans should move over.
But I kind of like this idea. I think the East makes the East a lot more competitive. Because if you look at the standings right now, which is another topic we're going to cover.
I think the least is just allergic.
What?
I think the least. That's what they were called for most of the 2010s. And I think we're back there. I think you go to the least and you become bad. I think you just can't help it. You're allergic to being.
We'll talk about the next topic with this. So the East. So right now, the top three seeds are the Celtics, Bucks, and Knicks. Knicks are 47-32. Bucks are 48-31. And the Celtics are leading by a lot. They're 62-17.
Yeah,
but even between games behind, between the third seed and the 8th seed, they're only 4 games behind.
Who?
It's very tight. So the Knicks are the 3rd seed, Heat are the 8th seed, and it's only 4.
The Magic have held their own. I am impressed.
I'm impressed
with how little fanfare this team gets.
The Cavs are falling.
Yeah, I think it's because Evan Mobley has not developed since he's gotten in the league.
I will say this though. I mean, like going back to what we said before, like the Mavericks have almost won 50 games, and they're the 5th seed. So
The Sixers, I think you see the Cavs and the Sixers switch because Embiid's back, and they're 7-3 in their last 10.
I mean, the Sixers aren't going to win
The
anything. in the
Cavs
playoffs.
are 3-7 in their last 10. Evan Mobley, they wanted him to develop a 3-point shot, and he hasn't. And he's been the same player he was since his rookie year.
But he's still a very good player.
I mean, yes, but you look at it, he was supposed to be a guy that eventually take over the 5. Also, I think the pairing of him and Jared Allen is awful. I think it's solid, but I think if you want, we'll all be honest, Evan Mobley's the better player. Jared Allen does not need to be starting.
So I think
because Evan Mobley's better fit as a 5.
Is this the last week of NBA?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going into the last week.
Got like 6 days left.
Yeah. So
because the Maverick,
I still find it crazy that, like, for example, the Knicks could be in the play-in and they're the 3rd seed. That's how tight it is.
The Hawks somehow made it. They're 36-43, and I'm a Hawks fan. I don't think we deserve it.
No, I don't think so either.
But I mean, the East is the East is bottom is so top heavy.
I mean, the Pistons. Pistons are gonna have a lot to.
Let's give it to the Pistons. Everyone thought they were gonna have the worst season in NBA history. They don't. They didn't. They survived. They did it. They won. They won 13 games. Okay, a round of applause to the Detroit Pistons.
Dude,
somehow the Wizards have 15 wins.
Dude, home they're 7-32 and away they're 6-34. The last time they went 1-9.
Somehow the Wizards are 3-7. Somehow the Wizards have 15 wins. That team is terrible, and it's been terrible all year.
I mean, the Hornets.
The Spurs have 20 wins. The Trailblazers have 21, and the Memphis Grizzlies, who have been just beaten sideways, senselessly by injuries,
almost have 30 wins.
Have 27 wins. That team, they've broken them and the Pistons have tied the NBA record for most players on a roster in a season, 31. The max you can have on a roster this year was 18. They had 31. They've gone over by 13. Because I think 12 players are down with injuries. You can't make it up. The Memphis Grizzlies, you can't help but feel bad for them because, let's look at this for a second before we go on to the next. Because this is just sad. I mean, let's be honest, they had it coming after the load of smack they talked last year, and Ja being on his high horse.
Yeah.
I think they got the reality check of Ja Morant come back to earth, but. You look at it, they keep signing guys. Actually, I think it's 34 now.
That's
because
ridiculous.
They signed Jack White.
I mean,
some schmuck named Timmy Allen, who was averaging 8 points in the G League, is now getting paid to play pro basketball. Shoot, sign me to the 10-day. I mean, Scottie Pippen Jr. is okay. Scottie Pippen Jr.
No, I will say this though. I think that it can be a blessing in disguise. You saw what Vince Williams and G.G. Jackson can do.
Scottie Pippen Jr. is balling. I mean,
Scottie Pippen Jr. is also an older prospect, to be fair.
He's 23.
He's a little bit older.
Yeah, he's 23, though.
No, but he can have a spot in the league. I think I wouldn't put him back in the G.
No, you're seeing guys, G.G. Jackson. John Conchar has to go. I get it. He plays solid defense, but
we're not going to go over the Grizzlies roster for the 15th time.
Yeah, dude. It's because
every day it's different, and I'm sick of it. So
yeah, every day I get a new notification. They signed so and so to a 10-day contract. So and so's hurt now.
Give me a 10-day.
I mean,
I'll sit at the end of the bench.
Lamar Stevens drops 19 points one game, and then he's hurt for the next 3. And it's like, whoever.
Speaking of 10 days, shout out to Isaiah Thomas. Signed for the remainder of the
year.
year.
Whoever's the team doctor of the Memphis Grizzlies, you need to get fired. I mean, you suck at your job. I mean, it's like everyone gets hurt. Everyone on this team has spent time hurt.
Yep.
So on to the next. This is the one you're going to do.
Yeah.
Because
I just find this interesting. So UConn just won the national championship for the second time. They're the first back-to-back national champions since the 2006-2007 Florida Gators, which you know who's on that team? Al Horford, Joakim Noah, Chris Richard. I'm trying to see who else is notable on here.
There was someone else.
Oh.
Corey Brewer, who was good.
Corey Brewer, yeah.
Al Horford and Joakim Noah playing together is wild.
I know.
And also to a testament how freaking old Al Horford is, that he was playing in the 2000s collegiately.
Oh, and then the second year, I think they won it this year too.
Yeah, they won it back-to-back.
Yeah. Chandler Parsons.
Is that the biggest schmuck?
So,
I mean, that man was like.
But interesting. the assistant coach for UConn, Luke Murray, son of Bill Murray. I don't know. I can't believe you don't know who Bill Murray is. It's a
I've probably
crime
heard of
against
this.
America. Look up Bill Murray. So he's pretty much designed the offense for this UConn team, and he's based it off international basketball. So he's not really
Oh,
that Bill Murray. Yeah, isn't that cool?
okay.
I just think it's cool. That's his father. But anyways, he's designed it off international basketball. So he's been watching the Turkish league, Japanese league, everything, and that's how he's made this offense so potent. I mean, the turnaround UConn has had is absolutely insane. He didn't
What?
pay attention. He don't know what he doing.
Yeah,
UConn-
it's like when I talk about baseball, you don't listen. So you go on with this.
UConn, I believe the year before they won. Let me check their record in 2021.
UConn women's is pretty good. It was a shame that they lost because Paige Bueckers is a freaking unit, a freaking stud.
So they won 15-8 in that season, and now they've won. I think it was like something like 130 and 50 or 130 and 30 or something crazy like that.
They had what was supposed to be one of the top basketball prospects in all of basketball this year, and Stefan Castile. Is that his name?
I think so.
Yeah, Stefan Castile, but he kind of
Stefan.
he kind of underperformed.
What
And
are you doing?
Donovan Klingen,
Dude,
is
it's
supposed-
Stefan Castle.
Castle.
What is wrong with you?
well, he was supposed to be the best American player in this year's draft because there's a lot of Euro guys, and he's like now mid.
I mean, this draft class is just so weak too.
It's so bad. There's like 8 Euro guys.
I mean,
in the
we're
top
going to
15.
talk about it later too, but it's pretty rough. Then we have this is minor. Giannis strained his left calf, but people were nervous it was an Achilles.
Yeah,
or an
because
MCL.
he had to get helped off the field. I think it's just
The court. Yeah, get helped off the court.
He's just this Milwaukee Bucks team is just it's not good. They need they need a 2 guard.
I think
Chris Middleton's got to go.
we talked about this last week though too.
Yeah, it's beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
Beating with a dead horse for people that know.
The problem is also towards the end of the season, there's not that much to talk about too.
Well, it's just the Bucks are the Bucks. They're going to get bounced in the first round.
They have Doc Rivers as their coach. They're not going to win anything. But
yeah, no, he got lucky. But
this is an interesting one.
Bronny James potential landing spot. I saw it's supposed to be like Donetsk or something.
Yes,
it's
no,
something
I'm not talking
weird.
about college.
Oh,
so what I've heard from a lot of older NBA players, like retired NBA guys, like notably Gilbert Arenas, I think said this. He said Bronny's game would probably do better in the pros than it would college.
That's Kendrick Perkins, but Kendrick Perkins is dumber than
I think Gilbert Arenas said it too. But I mean, I think I've heard that they think that the Spurs would be a good place for Bronny to work with Victor. I do think he needs to go to college for another year.
If he declares, he's gonna be out of the league in 5 years.
He's already declared. He's already declared.
But if he stays, he can pull out.
Okay, but I think he's gonna stay.
And I think out of the league, it's 6 years.
I'm telling you, I think St. John's would be a good place for him. I saw this on I think I saw it on Instagram. Somebody was talking about it.
It's Donetsk. That's the team that he's talking about.
No, but I'm saying I've heard people talk that St. John's would be a good place for him.
Also, yeah. So anonymous GM says that Bronny James is nowhere near ready. I mean, every GM that's been talked to about it, they're saying he's just not. The man was not good. He had heart issues that kept him out.
I feel bad for him, though. I really do.
Like, and it's not saying that he doesn't have talent, but it's like you go through what he went through. Okay, he had that heart issue. He passes out during mid workout.
Yeah.
Right. And he comes in mid season, and he does not. He's not efficient, and he struggles, and he doesn't score a lot. He scored double digits less than half of his games. You look at it, and it's just give him another year.
Yeah.
Of just getting his feet. I don't think the USC decision. I was never a fan of that when he announced that.
I think he's.
If you're gonna pick a Cal team, go to UCLA.
No, I just think also for Bronny specifically. I mean, the guy's had pressure on him his whole life to play basketball, to be up to his fault. He's not going to be LeBron. I don't care what anybody says.
He's not big enough.
No, it's not just the size. He's just not LeBron.
His frame is small.
He doesn't have the skills his father has.
No. He's not,
at this age, his dad was dominating the NBA.
It's his little brother that's probably going to be the closest one.
But anyways, I don't think landing spots wise, I think he should stay in college for another year, maybe even 2 or 3. I think he might be. It might be best for him to finish out. He will not play with LeBron if he does that, though.
It came out that that it's most likely that he's not going. No one really understands why he declared for the draft, but someone that
It's
was in his
it
inner
could be
circle
pressure.
said.
It could be pressure from his dad. We don't know that though.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it was pressure from his dad. His dad keeps hinting at retirement. LeBron, like when he left the Cavs, he was like he never gets hurt, and now it's every year he's missing 20 to 30 games.
He's also 40 years old almost.
Yeah, and you can tell he's not enjoying it.
No.
The Lakers, with how much they suck the first half, and he keeps doing the thing where they trade for a lot of guys and they get good. He doesn't have the mental toughness. I wouldn't say that. I think the mental strain has taken the joy.
I think it's physical, not mental.
He just doesn't look like he's having fun. He looks like he's just not enjoying this at all, whatsoever. It looks like he's just miserable.
I mean,
so I think LeBron's got 3 years. I think at most.
I don't think so. I don't think so. My brother, he sat there and said he thinks LeBron James has 4 more years starting in the NBA over 20 points a game. I don't see that happening.
I think yes, but
I don't think 20 points a game.
I don't think. Oh yeah, at least 18.
No, like 15, dude. He's almost 40.
Yeah, he's averaging 25. Let's look.
I think it's 24.
But
I'm not hating on LeBron. I mean, he's one of the best players to ever play basketball.
He's okay. Then let's dive into this because we still have time. MJ, LeBron. Okay.
Oh no, that's just a separate thing.
No, let's go into this. Okay, because also, so what is he averaging this year? 25.5. He's shooting 53% from the field, 41% from three. You're telling me he can't play for another few years?
I didn't say that. I don't think he's going to average 20 points a game when he's 44 years old.
I think he could. But so, best player, you take it the prime of each. Okay, LeBron and Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan hands down because LeBron was a solid defensive player, but
okay, let's look at
Jordan
this, right?
is locked down.
Let's look at this for a second.
Mm-hmm.
In his scoring prime,
he retired twice.
Yes, play baseball.
Well, yeah, and then he retired again and then played for the Wizards, which was
twice. So, this is his scoring prime. 30. This is over. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Over 7 years, he averaged 33 points, 6 assists, 3 steals, 6.5 rebounds, on 52% from the field, 31% from three. I mean,
you look at
in 40 minutes a game.
The peak players, you take them at their best. Jordan is 10 times better than LeBron.
I don't know
because he played the lockdown defense. Okay, because let's look at his awards.
Okay, he's a Hall of Famer, 14-time All-Star, 10-time scoring champ, 3-time steals champ, 6-time NBA champ, 11-time All-NBA, All-Rookie, Rookie of the Year, 9-time All-Defense, 5-time MVP, 3-time All-Star MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, 6-time Finals MVP, NBA 75 team.
Yeah. Okay, LeBron 6-time All-Defensive. He's also not an DPOY. He only has 4 MVPs. We're gonna beat the dead horse with the finals record. If Jordan has the body, okay, if he plays those 4 years, he's higher up on the scoring ladder. If he plays, LeBron overall career-wise, yes, is the better player.
So here's my problem.
As a player, it's Jordan hands down. Like, how can you say otherwise?
No, so here's what I think. Okay?
It's the Tom Brady thing, or where it's
No, Lane, listen. Okay, Michael Jordan. The problem is we're comparing 2 different eras. First off, I think it's impossible to compare. I really don't think it's the same game.
No, it's a lot more physical back then.
No, I'm not even talking about the physicality. Scoring was different. Like you said, physicality was different. Officiating was different. The whole game was different. I think it's very hard to compare. I think personally, I know it's disappointing to a lot of people. Whatever. They're the same tier player to me. In my opinion, they're the same tier player.
I just think Jordan was better. He was a killer. He was one of the better defensive players of his time.
Okay, but the problem is, you're saying he's a killer. You like him more. That doesn't. You can't say LeBron James is not.
No, but I'm saying he doesn't.
First off, though, also
LeBron has to build the. LeBron built the super teams. He went to Miami and he built the super team.
But
did Michael Jordan ever have the level of help that LeBron did when he was with Miami?
No, but that's not what I'm saying. No,
exactly, and he never lost in the finals.
But listen to me. This is what I'm saying. Look, you're comparing 2 different things. This is ridiculous. This is like comparing Bob Cousy and Steve Nash. Really?
Yeah. Well, okay, that's also a long time ago.
No, dude, Michael Jordan retired 20 years ago.
Which time we want to talk about? He retired 3 different times.
Well, Okay, first off, he
Uh,
retired when he was 30 because his dad died and he wanted to play baseball. Then he came back and then he
Mind you,
retired.
he was solid at baseball.
But okay, let's. I just think it's very difficult to sit there and say that one is better than the other when they played such different eras. Realistically, I think it's true.
I mean, yes, but I mean, I think everyone's going to say LeBron's the better player because of his career stats. He played longer, and
Well,
he
the
goal chased.
the longer thing isn't fair though because LeBron also came in the league at 18. Jordan was 21.
Exactly.
But
Well, he has been in the league. So then again, LeBron's been in the league longer. But also,
well, I'm saying it's not fair though.
LeBron has you can't deny this goal chase with him getting these accolades, he can.
I'm not denying that, but what I'm saying is like, if we're talking this, if you're thinking about the best player to ever pick up a basketball,
Mm-hmm.
there's different ways to think about it. Impact on the game of basketball is Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
He impacted it more than anybody. But if we're talking, if I'm starting a team today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Today in 2024, with knowing what these players both know, like Michael Jordan still grew up where he grew up and played.
Yeah.
Then I'm taking LeBron. But but hear me out. If they were born, this is how I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they're born the same time, same day, same age, everything,
Mhm.
learn the same things, Michael Jordan's a better player. Michael
Oh,
Jordan
yeah.
would dominate if knowing that. He would dominate in today's league if he was born at the right time. If he was put in today's league right now, I don't know that he would be the same player. Simply because the defense he would play would get fouled he would get called for a foul.
Yeah,
every 2
but
seconds.
that's a different thing.
But that's what I'm saying. So you
He'd be
can't compare.
he'd
No,
be
but you can't compare the
he'd
two.
be a DPOY still.
No,
The fact that
he'd
he was
foul out. That's the
But
problem.
the fact that he was a DPOY, 9-time all defense. He also 10
Oh,
times
he's a much better defender. There's no
a 10-time
question.
scoring champ. LeBron is 1-time scoring champion. So you look at it, he just overall dominated. Like not best on his team, not top 3, best in the league.
No, I know, but I think it's just really hard to compare. I mean, you're really it doesn't make sense. It's like trying to do you know what it's like
No.
trying to compare Giannis and Kareem. Doesn't make sense. It's just
That-
really not.
that's
fair.
also a bigger
I feel
time
like
gap.
you're disrespecting Jordan's legacy by trying to compare him to LeBron. And I think in 20 years, when we talk about Victor Wembanyama or whoever it is, we're going to be disrespecting LeBron by trying to compare him to them.
I think Luka will probably go down as one of the better offensive weapons.
I think he will too. But
But he's also probably one of the worst all-time defensive players to ever touch the court.
that is very exaggeratory.
Okay, the man sidesteps out of the way and says, "Here's
Okay,
the
but
lane."
you're literally talking about a couple things, but you're sitting there saying he's one of the worst defensive players you've ever seen.
Tell me
Ever.
when the time when you seen him lock up a dude.
I don't know. I
Exactly.
I don't sit there and watch Luka highlights every day.
I don't either. I just watch when they play, important games, and he never does it. He gets his
when you
doors
score
blown off.
70 points, it really doesn't matter. So,
But
anyways,
on to the next. The Cardinals possibly trading down in the draft. I see them trading down.
I think it'd be a stupid decision. That's just
They're going Marvin Harrison.
Well, then they can't trade down.
Yeah, you can because if you trade down,
if you trade down one spot, what are you gonna get?
No, so if you look at it, so say the Vikings trade up.
Yeah, they're getting a quarterback.
Yeah, so
But where are you gonna go to?
You're going to go to the first spot that a team that doesn't need a quarterback needs to go. Because let's be honest.
Okay, aren't the Chargers picking at 5?
Yeah, so you go 5. You go 4. You go 4.
They're at 4.
They're at 2.
No, they're not. The Cardinals do not pick at 2.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
No, they don't.
I'm pretty sure
They don't.
Commanders.
They pick 4 already.
4?
That's what I'm saying. So you don't trade down. That'd be stupid.
Yeah, because the Chargers are behind them.
Exactly, and the Chargers aren't going to trade up.
One thing that irks me, the Giants looking at another quarterback. I get it, but what do you get? You can't get rid of Daniel Jones. You're stuck with him.
I think they just made a poor decision. They got to deal with it.
Yeah, you made your bed, sleep in it. You got to sleep in it. I don't. The fact that the Bears have 2 top 10 picks. Yeah. Let's be honest. We talked about this earlier. Brock Bowers falling to 10. Looking at this,
there's a good chance he falls to 10.
If he falls past 6, then yeah. But I don't think he falls past.
I think the Jets trade up if he doesn't. I think the Jets want Brock Bowers.
If I'm the Jets, I'm trading Elijah Moore for.
If I'm the Jets,
and my first round pick for 5, and I'm moving up.
I would do that if the Cardinals, for some reason, don't take.
If they don't take
Marvin Harrison, you have to. You have to.
Well, if they don't take Marvin Harrison, the Chargers go Marvin Harrison. The Giants have Darren Waller, so you then trade up to 7.
You don't need to trade 7. Tennessee's going to take Joe Alt.
Yeah. So and then the Falcons
have
have
Kyle Pitts.
so then you would trade up, and I mean the Bears have Cole Kmet, but when you look at it, Brock
No,
Bowers, Cole Kmet.
you might have to trade up to 9.
Yeah. So like that's if the Cardinals GM
But
has like a brain fart.
But if
and,
you trade up to 9, I mean, realistically, what is that going to cost you? A fourth?
Yeah. So well, and so I think you move up to 5. You give him Elijah Moore, another receiver to
No, I
help
don't
him
think
out.
you need to move up 5. I don't think it's necessary.
So
The
you
only
think
person
Brock
I'd-
Bowers falls past 6
Okay.
with the depleted receiving core of
This
the
is what I
Chargers?
think, right? Bears, Caleb Williams. This is how it's going to go. The Bears will go Caleb Williams. The Commanders, the Redskins. One sec.
Let's look at the Chargers depth chart because
You look at that, and I'm going to look at something real quick. I just want to look at the draft order.
our
Caleb-
starting tight end is Will Disley. He doesn't make it past 6.
Listen to me, okay? Your top 3 picks are quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a question, right? 4th pick is going to be Marvin Harrison. Not a question. So 5, I think the Chargers would take offensive line more so than receiver, but if not, they're going to take Malik Neighbors.
I meant 5. I don't know why I keep saying 6.
Why is it? Oh, they're projecting the Jets trade at 10. This is stupid.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
So like that's why I wasn't looking at any mock trades. You're telling me that they sit on Will Disley, okay? Because you have Rashawn Slater, Zion Johnson, 2 first-round picks, Jameer Sawyer, which looks like one of the better guards, a top half guard in the league, Corey Lindsey. They are also signed Bradley Bozeman, both starting caliber centers in the
I
league.
need to say something real quick.
Trey Pipkins.
I don't know who Adam Rank is, honestly, but I don't know why the Jets would pick Brian Thomas Jr. over Brock Bowers when he would still be on the board.
Oh yeah, I think it's because it's the tight end thing.
This guy has Brock Bowers falling to 13.
He doesn't fall in the top 10.
No.
If the Jets don't move up
I
and
think
he falls to 10,
yeah.
if Joe Judge does not draft him, Joe Judge gets canned that night.
Who's Joe Judge?
I think he's LCM.
No, that's not his name.
What's his name?
Joe Douglas, I think.
Joe Douglas. Joe Judge was like the GM of the Giants at one point, I guess. But
no, if Joe Douglas, this is what the Jets should do today, right? I don't care how you do it. You gotta get another receiver first. Actually, the receiver's not bad. Who am I thinking of though?
they got Mike Williams.
No, that's not what I'm thinking of. Alan Lazard. Alan Lazard needs to go.
Yeah, but no one's gonna take that.
No, you need. I don't care. I don't know if you can save enough money. Get him out. Get him off the team. Alan Lazard has to go. You have your receiving core is not bad. You have Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams.
Yeah, and then like also isn't what's his face? You don't have Elijah Moore anymore.
No,
I'll traded him away.
but
Well,
this is
Zach Wilson? No.
for what to trade up.
Yeah, that
Nobody
wasn't
wants him.
work.
That's
That
a
wouldn't
negative.
work.
That's a negative asset. One thing I would do though, if I'm the Jets, is I'm gonna sit there. If I get what?
Will McDonald. You give up Will McDonald.
No.
He's third. You have Hassan Reddick, Jermaine Johnson, and Will McDonald. You don't need that.
Listen to me. You don't want to sit there and mess up your Super Bowl caliber defense, dude.
You can take another defensive player in next year's first round. You got defensive linemen for days. Will McDonald, your 10th pick, and then let's say a third next year's draft. You move up to 5.
Thomas Morstead for the first overall pick.
No.
That's the punter.
But, like...
Okay,
You
but
can
I don't know that they have to move up. But if they have to move up, I don't think it would cost them that much. Trade Zach Kuntz or something.
No, you have to give up a good player. Unless you want to give up a bevy of picks.
I would give up. This is what I do if I.
You'd have to give up a first, a second, a 5th.
I would probably. I don't know who I'd give up. I'm not going to give up Xavier Gibson. I'll tell you that.
That's Will McDonald.
I don't know.
Will McDonald has now been put into a hole because of the Hassan Reddick trade. He's not going to play much.
I mean, the Hassan Reddick trade was a good trade, though.
Yeah, so you pretty much have said we've seen what we've seen now. Will McDonald.
I mean, if you're going to trade one of them, yeah. He's had 1 year, bro.
But he's not going to play anymore now.
I
Hassan
don't
Reddick is the starting edge.
And then you also have Jermaine Johnson,
You
who's
also
a Pro Bowler.
yeah, and you also I don't know how he made 7.5 sacks from a Pro Bowl
Because he was on an elite defense.
But okay, they signed Javon Kinlaw. He's a solid D tackle. You get rid of him. You get rid of him, a 6th, and of that first round pick, and you move up to 5. Because you look at it, Khalil Mack's probably gone out of the Chargers.
You're not trading Tyler Conklin, I'll tell you that much.
No, well, and then no one's going to take him for the first round pick. You move off of Will McDonald, who was a first round pick last year, so he still got a lot of value.
Yeah.
And then you give them a late round draft pick, maybe two, a fifth and a sixth.
I also do still think later in the draft you take a quarterback to sit behind Rodgers for a little while.
I mean, yeah, but Bo Nix doesn't make it out of the second round, and I think that's too high to draft him.
It has to be a third or fourth round guy.
So, i.e., Spencer Rattler or Joe Milton.
Yeah. I like Joe Milton. The arm is insane.
He's got a cannon, and that was always his thing.
But think about it, you're training behind the most accurate quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
Arguably.
But it's just,
him and Drew Brees are in the league of their own accuracy wise.
I just if he falls to
Yeah.
10, because let's be honest, once that you make it past the Chargers, the chances now there's a chance that the Titans may take him.
Once you're out of the top 5 picks, you have a good shot.
So okay, this is the way it goes. If he falls, if the Chargers take Joe Alt,
yeah,
the Titans might take
Yeah.
Brock Bowers. So then if Joe Alt goes 5, you trade up to 7.
No, but if at 5 they take like Malik Neighbors or something, then you're good.
Yeah.
Then you're good because the Giants are going to take him. Giants actually they might if they take Malik.
But they have
Neighbors.
Darren Hall.
Yeah, that's true. They do have Darren Hall.
I mean, not Darren Hall. Darren Waller.
Whoever his name is, same thing.
Yeah. The Falcons. I mean, it's
the Falcons can't take him. That'd be stupid.
Oh no, we got too many offensive weapons. Get us a quarterback, please.
You have a quarterback.
I didn't say I liked them.
Yes, you did like 3 weeks ago.
No, I said I thought
it's clipped,
solid.
dude. It's clipped.
Said it was solid, but on to the next.
Quick hits.
UFL. Devon Smith scores a touchdown days after his brother's death. This was.
Yeah. I just think it's a nice story. You know, you see him on the sideline crying to the reporter.
It's like when what was his name? Marquise Godwin
scored
like hours after his kid died.
Yeah, I think it's a good story. I think it humanizes the UFL a lot because
they're in the
league. I think it makes him
relatable.
I think it makes it look like these are real people. These aren't just guys that weren't good enough to get in the NFL.
Yeah, well, and I mean it's just like the G League and the minor leagues of baseball. It's guys that don't have the opportunities. There's
only so many spots.
Yeah, it's just they didn't have the opportunity.
Yeah. So I think it's a great story, and I think God bless him. Obviously, it's a good thing.
Yeah,
he was able to do that. And then
on to next on a lighter term, destroying the kicker that made the UFL fractured his neck on a bad tackle. That's funny.
I mean, it's sad.
It's bad injury, but that is funny.
So he fractured his neck in a couple places from a terrible tackling for. This guy's been trying. So I don't know how much you know about him, but he played at.
Is he the guy that UCF that
he went to UCF and he got.
Yeah, they kicked him out because
he either had to delete his YouTube channel.
Or he picked YouTube because he was making money. This was before NIL.
Yeah, and he stayed.
Yeah, and this sparked the NIL start. This was one of the things that led to the NIL.
And then he finally got his chance to play professional football.
I think that because we see there's so many bad kickers in the NFL, and you have to admit there's some guys that just don't belong. I think there's some guys you see on YouTube where you're just like
definitely do.
There's a guy named Adam Boykin. If you never know
him, Mississippi State.
No, he's Minnesota.
Same shit.
He can kick. I mean, the guy can kick.
I mean, granted, there's nobody in front of him, but we had game film on him. It's not like you.
Well, and it's still you can.
The guy can kick from 80
yards. If you can kick 60 yards, give him the chance. Sign the man. Like I don't care if it's on YouTube or anything.
But I think it's sad that the guy felt the need. Detroit. He felt the need to go for the tackle, but he didn't know what he was doing. Which it's sad.
That's on the coaching staff.
I know you're laughing, but it's really sad.
That's on the coaching staff for never teaching the man how to tackle. Yeah. Because usually what happens is to make sure the kicker knows how to tackle.
I mean, it's not like we're talking about Pat McAfee or Pat McAfee, certified dog.
No, yeah, but because Pat McAfee, I think at one point was like a linebacker, and it's like certain, and
No, he's always been a punter. He's just been an animal.
Pat McAfee is in WWE. But yeah, that's all for today's episode.
Yeah.
This setup will probably not be used for a while. Hopefully that we can get back in the studio.
Yeah.
Next week.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
No, it'd be amazing.
I know.
We spent, I think, 40 minutes. 45 minutes.
It was about 45 minutes. We couldn't figure it out.
Because we use NDI there, and we used every NDI episode.
Yep.
See y'all next week.